Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Art is the reshaping of reality by man to present it in an understandable way. As the artist recreates the world around him, it is shaped by how he sees it and what he believes in. The Indian artist did not attempt to depict only the material reality around him. He wished to share the complete experience of the moment, not just the photographic presentation of the shapes around him. Beauty for the Indian artist has been a reflection of the glory of God. In fact, for the ancient artist, the experience of beauty, the ecstasy on seeing nature or art which is truly beautiful, has been considered as akin to Brahmanand or the final bliss. Join us on this journey into the heart of the Indian tradition of painting. Come with us to the gorge of the Vaghora river, where Ajanta was created, to the courts of the Mughals and the Deccani Sultans. Journey with us through the deserts of Rajasthan and the icy lands of Ladakh and Lahaul Spiti. In the verdant south and in the gentle hills of the north, experience the compassionate view of life that is enshrined in Indian painting.
Since ancient times, the plains of northern India have been rich in the development of culture. Over 2,500 years ago, Lord Buddha preached his message of compassion, and here was born the gentle art of Buddhism, which spread to all the countries of Asia. In the first millennium, in the Gupta Empire, which flourished here, the classic art of India was created. This was among the most thoughtful and refined art of the world, and its influence shaped all future art in India. The northern plains of India are the first fertile expanse after the great Himalayas are crossed to enter India. Since early times, these plains have seen the entry and invasions of numerous kings and raiders who have come from other parts of Asia and even from the Mediterranean. This has resulted in a continuous exposure to the cultural influences of other parts of the world. A great and cosmopolitan art was created in the period of the meeting of many cultures in these fertile plains. In the medieval period, foreign invasions and numerous raids resulted in the destruction of most of the grand ancient monuments which stood in these plains. Consequently, we do not have a large body of surviving mural paintings of the early period in these plains. We do have exquisite sculpture of the Maurya and Gupta periods, which shows the highest development of art. We also have the remains of some paintings of around the 5th century in the Bagh caves in Madhya Pradesh. These paintings reflect that sublime sense which gives India's art its unique and important position in the art of the world. There is in these the sense of stillness, which takes us away from the turbulence and confusion of the material world. Very fortunately, the paintings of the caves of Ajanta in the Deccan have survived. These paintings reflect the finest of India's art from the 2nd century BC to the 5th century AD. They also reflect the art of the Guptas, as the Vakatakas, who patronized most of these caves, were contemporary to the Guptas and were in close interaction with them. As in the paintings of Bagh, we see in the paintings of Ajanta the finest expression of compassion in art. The influence of this art, along with Buddhist philosophy, spread to all corners of Asia. The Chitra Sutra of the Vishnu Dharmottara Puran states that paintings are meant to have an extremely benign influence upon viewers. They are meant to be made with the simple and deep understanding of life, and they are supposed to convey this understanding and the peace that comes with it to the viewer. Seeing the sublime beauty of these paintings, one can understand the force and the completeness with which this philosophy and art spread to the distant corners of Asia. With the decline of the great Gupta Empire, their tradition of art was carried forward under the Palas, who ruled in eastern India from the 8th to the 12th centuries AD. It was in this period that further developments took place in religious philosophy, which had an integral influence on the art of painting. The plains of India have nurtured some of the greatest universities that the world has known. In the first millennium, the reputation of the Nalanda University had spread everywhere. A stream of pilgrims from China, Tibet, Nepal, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and other countries constantly flowed to this university to gain knowledge. Unfortunately, the university, with its great libraries and mural paintings, was destroyed in the early medieval period. What remains of a mural painting here shows the graceful lines of the high quality of the art, which must have covered the many walls of this famed university in the 11th century. In the medieval period, central India was exposed to numerous cultural influences. The main influence was that which is often termed as the Western Indian style of painting. This is believed to have come with the influx of Jain monks after Gujarat came under Muslim rule. Deep in the heart of the plains, in the Lalitpur district of Uttar Pradesh, stand the Shiv and Vishnu temples, which are known as the Kacheris. The Choti Kacheri has on the ceiling the remains of exquisite paintings of the 13th century. These are extremely valuable, as after the fragmentary remains at Nalanda and Satdhara, these are the oldest surviving paintings of the northern plains in India. In keeping with the ancient manner, we see the depiction of a lotus roundel and joyous flying Gandharvas in the corners. In their angularity and lively movement, they are similar to the paintings of Ellora and the Jain manuscript paintings of Western India. The countrywide convention of the further eye which protrudes beyond the line of the face is seen here. The plains of India continued to be a fertile ground for the budding of many noteworthy empires. However, none of these was able to match the extent or scope of the great empires of earlier times. Constant warfare and changing fortunes kept this region in a state of unrest. From the 16th century onwards, the Mughal court became the main influence and inspiration for patrons and artists throughout northern and central India. Under the Mughal Emperor Akbar, the art of painting was revived in northern India after many centuries. The finest miniatures were made in the court of Akbar and the emperors who succeeded him. These were a constant source of inspiration for the kingdoms which were under the influence of the Mughal Empire and in constant interaction with them. It was mainly miniature paintings which flourished in the Mughal court. However, at Fatehpur Sikri, the capital city built by Akbar, we have the remnants of mural paintings. In mural paintings, this is the earliest surviving portrait in the whole of North India. The tomb of Queen Nur Jahan's father, Itmad-ud-Dawla in Agra, is a sight to behold. It is like a marvelous jewel box with exquisite inlay and painted motifs. Emperor Jahangir and Queen Nur Jahan were deeply interested in art and culture. As in the case of Akbar, their personal influence also spread considerably to nearby kingdoms. The Bundelas, who were powerful in central India, founded Orcha in 1531. Orcha remained as the center of Rajput power. It was here in the 17th century that the Jahangir Mahal was made to commemorate the visit of Emperor Jahangir. Mural paintings were made on the walls of all the palaces within the magnificent Orcha fort. The Raj Mahal was completely adorned with mural paintings. What remains of these exhibits a blend of the two most significant styles of painting in India at that time, the Mughal and the Rajput. The epic and the religious subjects come here from the ancient idiom. The expressions are often gentle. Exposure to the Mughal court has also led to a sense of courtly sophistication. The verdant Pahari hills saw the finest continuation of the tradition of murals in India. The 18th and 19th century paintings on the walls of the Rang Mahal in Chamba are among the best surviving examples of Pahari murals. The themes are mostly religious, and the styles are closely related to those of the miniature paintings of the region. We see fine expressions and the refinement of Pahari paintings.